Welcome to this GiftWorks video. My name is Steve Faithful, and this video is part of an overall video series that's been created to help you better understand all that you can do with GiftWorks online donations. In previous videos, we've talked about setting up and starting up your GiftWorks online donation service, and then getting started using the GiftWorks Live management tool to be able to set up and configure your GiftWorks online donations. I'm going to go ahead and sign into our GiftWorks Live account. And once I sign into the account, I'm going to go ahead and click on Manage next to Online Donations. Now in previous videos, we've talked about the dashboard, talked about transactions, talked about options, and some of the help that's available as well. And on the Donate page, once I click on Donate page, we've already talked about themes. And themes either allow you to pick up or choose a preset theme and do some slight personalization to it, or you can edit a page and do highly customized pages using web technologies like HTML and style sheets and so on. And so now we're going to continue to talk about some of the other options that are available to you. And we're going to start with this amounts link. Once I click on the amounts link, I'll be presented with 4 customized amounts. These 4 customized amounts will show up on the donation page. And right now I have set up 4 different amounts, $10, $20, $30, and $40. And I also allowed you to include a minimum and a maximum amount. In this case, I'm also indicating that I want to show the maximum amount on the screen. And so when I click on this View Donation Page link on the right-hand side, which I can do at any time to just see how I'm doing with my customizations, I'm going to click on it, and it'll show me the page, and I'll scroll down, and you'll notice under the donation information, it says please select an amount you would like to donate, and it gives me my options 10, 20, 30, 40, or other. And with other, you'll notice now it shows the maximum amount, which is $20,000. And so those kind of allow me to customize the giving experience and kind of give my donors preset options to choose from, hopefully encouraging them towards specific amounts. So that's under the amounts. Under the restrictions now, under restrictions, we give the ability to set up different restrictions, and restrictions would simply be things where you want to indicate that money should go. Now, there's also some other options as well. So in this case, we have, let's say, the general fund. We have a number of different things that we have right here, and you can use these to inform you as you download these transactions into GiftWorks. You'll then be able to use them to specify different things, like maybe some specific notes or fund or campaign or appeal choices for each of these donations. So I've added a number of them. You can add them. I'll just say demo restriction. I'll just add another one. Here is a test restriction. Oops. And I can go ahead and click on add a new one. Once I do that, I can go back to my page, and I'll just go back to here. I'm going to view the donation page. And when you see please direct my donation to, I can choose a number of different ones. In this case, I'm choosing the demo restriction. Now, there's nothing that's other than choosing it. There's nothing else that I'm choosing, but we do give you a couple other different options. So I'm going to go back to my configure page, and I'm going to come down to this demo restriction. I'm going to click on edit. And what it's going to do is I'm actually going to have some other options that I can choose about this restriction. So for instance, I want to show this description. So if I want to say, I'll say enter more information. Because one of the things you can do is show an extra text field. And what that does is that gives you the ability to further explain where this gift might be going toward, or what it might be. So for instance, you could use I'll just say enter the memorial this is for, and I could just say memorial name, and I can update this. Now what I'm doing is I can go back to my page. Once I do that and I scroll down and I choose the demo restriction, now you'll see it's showing the description, and it says enter the memorial that this is for, and now I can also type in the memorial name. So memory of patches. And so with restrictions, not only are you able to set up where you would like this directed to, but you can also have the donor provide additional information about perhaps where you'd want to go to. And there's a lot of different ways that you can use this. So I'm going to go on. So that's restrictions, so the different restrictions that are available to you. Next, under settings, there's a couple different things that you can set here, a variety of different things that you're going to be choosing from. First of all is the care about community. In this case, it's the header of the donate page. So if I come back here, it's it's what's going to appear on this page. So if I come back here, let me come back here. So going back to there, under this Care About Community, this is where this will appear right around here. Guest Care About Community may contact me. So it's just a further explanation on your donation page about your organization's name. Then the phone number, there's two fields that you can determine whether you want to show to the user, to the donor as well, whether or not you want to ask for their, whether or not you want to ask for and require their phone number, and whether or not you want to ask for and require their company name. And so those are two additional optional fields that you can choose when collecting information from the donor. So if I go back and I refresh this page, I'll come down. Now let me actually go back and I'll just say show the field and show the field and require. I'm going to update it. Come back here, just refresh the page. And I'll come down and now I'll see the phone number has an asterisk next to it, so it's required, and company name is asked for but not required. So you can see how you can modify some of the content of this form, not including the amounts, the restriction, and also some of the information that you're collecting. Now, there might be times when your form might only need to be temporary, or it might need to be have open times, open periods. And we provide you this opportunity to close a form. By closing a form, you simply will disable the form and not allow users or donors to actually donate at that time. So I'm going to click on Update Settings and close this form and come back here. And you'll see once I do this, it says, thank you for all you gave, we're no longer accepting. And you can modify that message right here at the bottom. And so under the settings, you're going to be able to set up a number of different things: the organization name that appears on the form, the phone number and company name, whether or not you want them to appear and be required, and then whether or not you want to close the form. I'm going to open this form back up. And so we've done amounts, restrictions, settings, and now the buttons. And the buttons, this is where you actually begin now to use this information to include on your website, to include in emails, maybe post on Facebook or Twitter. Now here's the link that you can use here's this link down below that you can use just to include in an email or a Facebook post or a Twitter post. So for instance, I could literally just come here, copy this link, go over to my Twitter, and I'm not going to do it right now. I don't want to actually tweet this, but I could just say, hey, consider giving, tweet it out, and let people respond by clicking on a link. You can also do the same thing on your Facebook. So you want to just say, consider giving, and you could just post a link, and you could just post this link and allow it to be posted on your Facebook for others to see. You could also include it in an email or include it on a website. And to include it on a website, instead of this link right here, you're going to want to use this HTML code. This HTML code is relatively simple. And if you've had to add any other kind of snippets of code to your website, whether it be sometimes for other services like Google tracking and things like that, you may need to add a snippet of HTML code. If you're not able to do this, you'd have to have access to your website's code, source code. You can either do it yourself, or you can certainly have the person who's in charge of your website do it, or maybe a company or a person who is familiar with your website take this code. And you can actually choose from different buttons and colors, and once you do that, you'll notice this is changing slightly. And then you can take this code once you have the button that you like, and you can actually go and just include it in your page. Now I'll show you the source of this page. I'm going to scroll down just to show you the source. And so we have this right here. This is that snippet of code right there. If you look at the source of a web page, you can see it. And this is what allows this image to appear. Not only does the image appear here, but also when I click on it, it'll open up my page that we've designed. And so, notice, let me go back and just make one change so you can see. I'm going to go back and actually change the theme of mine. I'm going to change it to this charitable organization. And once that's changed, now I can go back to my website. You'll notice I'm not going to have to change any web code or anything like that. I'm going to simply click on it, and now what I'll see is, doesn't match what you were just showing you a moment ago. And actually, the actual page looks like that. And so, once you have this code on your web page, you can make changes to your donate page without having to update this code at all. And that's the same for that link I showed you as well. So whether it be this link or this snippet of code right here, once you have this in there, once you have that code there, you can make changes to your page, and you won't need to either resend out the link or repost it on your website. And so you can use that to basically begin to propagate information out there about your giving page and your donate page so that people can start to give. So I hope this has been helpful in terms of understanding how you can customize not only the amounts or restrictions or some settings, and then also how you can use these buttons or links to be able to then use them on your website, on your Facebook, or on your Twitter to be able to send them out, or through email. So I trust this has been helpful. We continue to watch for other videos. The next video will begin to talk about how to then download some of these transactions. Once you've created your page, once you're beginning to download donations, once you begin to receive donations, you can then download them into GiftWorks. So thanks for taking time to watch.